Hello everyone, and welcome. Today, you get someone with half a brain running the show. How does that sound? What are you doing? I thought you were out sick today. Why would I be out sick? I didn't call in. What are you talking about? I kind of thought you would be. Why? So yesterday when we were eating lunch and you went to the bathroom, I took the top layer of bread off your sandwich and I rubbed it across the lunch table. You know what, man? Go. Just go. If it makes you feel any better, I'm really sorry. Sorry. Do you know it's a pandemic? Yes, that's why I assumed you'd be sick. Wait, that's why you what? I'll be leaving now.
What's good, y'all? So this is like take number 50. So whatever y'all get in this one, you just get like the stuff that has happened since I tried to start recording this video. All self-inflicted, 100%, but ridiculous. I just spilled, I'm gonna tell you anyway, I just spilled my whole drink all over this table. I ain't never spilled none on this table. Lo and behold, I need this table to record a video today, and I just spilled stuff all over it. It's everywhere. Well, it's not everywhere no more because I stopped. Bruh. Anyway, Crytpo Essentials. We're gonna talk about what you need to know if you want to get started investing into crypto. Talk about some things to watch out for, and then at the end, we're gonna research a coin, and if it's worth it, we're gonna invest in it. So you might get to see me purchase some crypto tonight. And let's see how we want to kick this thing off. So just if you want to participate at the end in buying that coin, you're gonna need to set up an exchange account. Coinbase or Binance US are the two that I would recommend. It's a lot of other exchanges out there that you could use, but these two are what I would consider to be the safest. So do as you please, but that's my rec. And remember we starting slow, so we're gonna keep stuff. So we want to keep stuff simple. I'm looking at a coin that we can find that's easy to purchase, easy to store, etc., etc. Up on the screen right now, you'll see on the left is Android, and on the right is iOS. These are the Coinbase Wallets. This is a cold wallet that you can use to store your crypto. If you use Binance US, that one just has the built-in wallet. They don't have their own separate. They don't have their own like separate mobile app wallet, so to speak. And by wallet, I mean basically it's a different version of this Ledger Nano that we mentioned in the last video. So I know I used this in the last video, but to be honest, it depends on how much you plan on investing. The Ledger Nano S is $60 and the Nano X is $120. If you're not investing, more than $120, I wouldn't get a Ledger Nano X. If you're not investing more than Nano X, if you're not investing more than $60, I wouldn't get a Ledger Nano S. It makes no sense. Kind of like you're insuring your assets, and if you don't have that many assets, right, you don't need that much insurance. So that's just my view on it. There's other things that we could get into, but we're keeping it simple here. That's one of the main things about this is why I started making this, because I realized a lot of people don't know how to do this. It ain't that they don't want to get started or get invested in stuff, they just don't know how to. I think it's kind of effed up that they gotta miss out just because they don't know how. So we try to keep stuff simple here. Same thing, man. In the comments, man, be nice to folks. You gon' the people who find this channel are probably not gonna know jack. Can I cuss on it? I don't know. YouTube might stop me. I don't know. They ain't gonna know nothing, right? They ain't gonna know shit about crypto. So, and I just cussed anyway. They ain't gonna know nothing. So be nice, man. Be nice to the folks in the comments. Yeah, so a computer or a cell phone is what you need to get that set up. I use both personally. I prefer, if I'm at home, I prefer to be doing my stuff on the computer. That's just the geek in me, but it's finance, and you do your finances on your computer kind of deal. But the phone works just as well. If we're not home and I want to do some stuff when I'm gone, I'm perfectly comfortable operating my phone. And I mean, and that's everything. That's buy, sell, trade, whatever. So get familiar with both would be my recommendation. Now we should probably talk about the most important thing: scammers. This space is full of scammers, y'all. Check this out. You see this right here? Thanks for your comment. I will advise you to get into cryptocurrency investment with the aid of my trusted trader Arthur Raphael Ayabar on WhatsApp and make huge profits. 12513. Like, first off, who used the WhatsApp? Who they use the WhatsApp? Do you use the WhatsApp? If you never used WhatsApp before, don't start using WhatsApp now, right? Like, that's, and most of these folks who try to scam do use the WhatsApp. Here's another one, and these are from different YouTube channels. They everywhere. So eventually they're gonna show up here. That's just what happened. They're trying to get your money. They ain't no different than the folks who call you to extend your vehicle's warranty. Oh man. Hold on, but I thought I had a couple more. Where they go? Is this helpful? Things getting messed around. So I think they was trolling the here. Trying to have fun with them. By all means, once you get comfortable, feel free to troll them. Feel free to troll these people, man. These people are terrible. Out here trying to get your hard-earned value. We're gonna have to start calling it value, y'all. The way stuff's going, we're gonna call it dollars no more. There's another one. WhatsApp. If you see WhatsApp, it's a red flag. And second off, I'm never gonna ask you to send me no crypto. Like, I'm never gonna jump down in the comments and be like, yeah, what's up, y'all? All right, you watched the video? Now send me some crypto. I'm not finna do that. So if anybody, and they gonna do it, once I'll probably throw the logo up before I make this video public, actually. Hold up. But they'll take my logo and they'll put, they'll copy the name or whatever, and then they'll comment down in the comments, try to get people to do it. That's what they do on all the other channels. So just in case they do it here, now you know. Don't send. The other thing, people be like, oh, send us X amount of crypto and we send you back double. Nobody's gonna do that for free. Who has ever anybody ever see somebody on the street and they was like, hey, give me $5 and I'll give you back 20, and you've been like, oh yeah, okay, let's do that, right? That it don't. Same thing, man. Don't do that. Don't let people get you out your stuff, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. You talked about scammers. All right, man. It's time to get into the coin. Hold on. So I'm pretty positive this coin is available. This is a pretty popular coin that's still at a great value. So one thing too, if you new, especially if you ain't coming with much to invest with, don't go throwing all your money into Bitcoin, especially if you only have like a little to invest. By all means, if you got fat pockets, I don't even know why you're watching this channel, but and you want to get into Bitcoin, go ahead. But if y'all watch Bitcoin, like one day the value be like 50,000, the next day it'd be 45, and then it's 60,000, and then it's, so if you only got a little bit of money to throw in and it's swinging all the way in the other direction, like you're gonna lose your value and you can lose it fast. And depending on how much you lose, it could be a long time before it recovers for you to get back out. That's just my opinion. That's got nothing to do with the technology behind Bitcoin and no stuff like that. That's just strictly like an investment basics. And the recording just messed up. But like I said, you get what you get with this one. I'm not starting it over again. But what I was going to say is, however, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. I must say that to protect myself from those who would try to troll your boy. But yeah, do what you feel. These are just my opinions, right? This should be just one stop along your research journey. But like I said, I think we're ready to get into the coin, right? Let's look at a coin. This one should be pretty available. Should be available on both these exchanges. Pretty sure it is. And the coin that we're going to be looking into is XLM, Stellar Lumens. It is on Binance.us. Here it is right here in my face. All right, now looking at this coin. So if you're looking for some crazy chart analyst, you've come to the wrong place. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So I invest, as far as crypto goes, I invest based on use case. If it don't have a use case, I don't even want to mess with it. I don't care what the charts say. If it don't have a use case, I don't want to mess with it, because then that tells me that it might not last from just like in a real use perspective, no matter what the charts do. So I look for use case. What I will use the charts for is looking to see if the coin's at like an all-time high. If it's at an all-time high, I don't want nothing to do with it. So I look in the last month. Okay, so it's down a little bit and over the last month. And then let's see. That's how much is up from its all time. Let's see where it was at in. So in September of 2019, this coin was 6 cents. We want to be looking at 2020. Let me go that far. So 13 and 2020. Last year, October 2028. Okay, so it shot up. Boom. So what was the highest? So 60 cents. So it got all the way up to 60 cents in February of this year. So I wouldn't recommend. So if it's not at 60 cents now, so you probably throw a little bit in and be okay. Is my thought. It's my opinion. Remember, you generate your own. That's what I would do. Not if this coin were sitting at 60 cents right now, I would not touch it. it's typically not. I know it seems inviting because green means go, but if something is green, like heavy green, you probably don't want to buy it. It's just because that means that you're buying it at its height, right? You don't make money buying something at its most expensive point. It's just, come on, y'all. You feel me? So from that perspective, it looks okay. But now we got to find out what's to it. So I went to, let's see, this is the Stellar website. Let's just get there. And you can even get there, if you don't know the website, you can get there by Googling. I'm pretty sure if we just say Stellar XLM, Google will give us, boom, the website pop up right there. Stellar, look at what it pops up as. Stellar, an open network for money. Stellar is an open network for money. So first thing I'm looking at, like the website, okay. This looks like a professional website. So Stellar is, doing things. They got, what's that? The euro.
Hear that music?
The Nigerian naira.
Still French.
Naira. I always forget to say that. US dollars. The Lumen. Borderless, limitless, powerful. Stellar makes it possible to create, send, and trade digital representations of all forms of money. Dollars, pesos, Bitcoin, pretty much anything. It's designed so all the world's financial systems can work together on a single network. They got Bitcoin down here, so they even you can potentially send Bitcoin with Stellar. Is my understanding. They call this the Stellarverse. Y'all see this? Interesting. Global payments level. Many currency backed tokens already on the Stellar network. Stellar news. Power payments of any size. Flat fees. Fast transactions. Developers. So for people who want to build like apps, using Stellar network, built on Stellar. So I like coming through the website to see what they got. We didn't click into anything the first time through. Intro to Stellar. Stellar is an open source network for currencies and all payments. Stellar makes it possible to create, send, and trade digital representation of all forms of money, dollar, pesos, etc. It's designed so all the world. We read that on the first page. Stellar has no owner. If anything, it's owned by the public. The software runs across a decentralized open network, handles millions of transactions each day, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Stellar relies on blockchain to keep the network in sync. Okay, so sounds like they're trying to move money, and they don't care what kind of money it is. They just want to move it. So that sounds like, so that's the use case, moving money, and that sounds like a pretty important one to me. If that don't sound important to you, then maybe this isn't the coin for you. But that's what I've pulled out so far. You can jump on board or turn off whenever you want to. Traditional dollar token. So we're not gonna read this whole website, but we just want to get an idea of what their use case is, what they trying to solve. What else they got here? Built on Stellar. So the other thing that I do when I come through, I be trying to look for partners, if they're working with any other companies that are big, like who they partner with, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Because you want to have faith in your investment. So Zag, is that the Zag? A dev studio specializing in stuff. I don't think that's the Zag. Let me just see real quick. Yeah, Zag Network. Okay, that's different. That's not. I thought for a minute we was talking Zag like Invisa shields and stuff like that. Let's see, they got anybody else? That was page 6. In the world, I'm going backwards. Okay, y'all, we'll get there. Clip. I'm not really. None of these are really standing out so far. To me, you might see something here. Oh, IBM, what's up? A pilot project that explores settling cross-border payments in real time. Again with the moving money stuff, y'all. Let's see, IBM Worldwide. I don't know if that's gonna load up or what's it gonna bring us to on the IBM site, but IBM is big, man. If you don't know what who IBM is, you're Patrick Star, man. You're Patrick Star. So man, everything's slowing up on me. What's going on here? StoiX. Did we miss a whole page? I think we did. Satoshi Pay. Don't they look like a Pokeball? I swear they look like a Pokeball, yo. If you know, you know. Oh, here we go. So I did miss one. Yeah, there's Satoshi Pay. What is that? Connecting the world through instant payments. More instant payment stuff. Well, we didn't come here to look for Satoshi Pay. Alright, so they got at least one big partner, IBM. About in the about pages, a lot of times you can find who the oh no, here it is, team. It's separate. Let's see who their team is. So just looking to see if they got any like big name, famous name folks. I don't know a whole lot about finance. Board of directors, general partners fund, founder CEO at Tala. I don't even know what that is. I hear this dude's name all the time, Jay McCaleb. Dropbox. So Dropbox is a pretty big deal. A lot of companies use, and not even companies, but just for personal use too, for sharing files and pictures and stuff with Dropbox. So that's a pretty big partnership as well. We got anything else? YouTube. That's right. I think I had found this video on YouTube. Let's check this out.
and I'm one of the lead developers on WorldWire project. WorldWire, in general, is a medium to.
Oh, it's the IBM WorldWire thing. We're just looking at it. It's a video for it.
One financial institute to the other. We use Stellar as our ledger to submit transactions to. Everything is open source on Stellar, so it was very easy resource to learn and understand.
Again, talking transactions. A lot of this stuff gets into coding. If you're not into coding, you don't really need to pay heavy attention to those parts of the stuff. You're looking for the guts. Like, what are y'all trying to do? What are y'all trying to solve?
For every day. And the other thing is lab. The lab is connected to the test network, which is live. While I was developing,
so for me right now, what I'm holding on to is the moving money thing. That's big. Like,
example of this transaction, and understand how it works successfully. And
that's a very it's a very important job in the crypto space.
Fails, you get the
critical, I would say, a critical job.
And then you have to understand why it failed. The community is also useful in case if you don't understand why it is failing. Sometimes then you have to go and look for help. IBM has already established many years of trust with financial institutes. That is why this solution
did y'all catch that?
Is going to work.
Just look at
of trust with financial institutes.
Just look at where they at. I mean, so IBM is partnered with all these different countries. I mean, they across the globe, right? IBM WorldWire, I think, is that project. So
that is why this
some powerful connections.
And being successful. This is a noble mission that we are trying to build based on a non-profit platform. Being an IBMer, this is a core value that we follow. Giving back to the society, and as a human being, that is something that you get attracted to. If there is an immigrant who's working very hard, wants to transfer money back to his home, in today's day, it takes like 3 days to transfer the money, and in the end, ends up paying so much in fee.
That is that's actually pretty important. She talked about an immigrant where I stopped her face in a bogus spot. My bad. That's actually, you can probably run into that before. At least I used to run into it all the time when I lived in the cities. Catching an Uber or a Lyft somewhere, especially if it was an immigrant, they would say a lot like, I came to America to go to school, and I drive Uber and Lyft so I can, make money and, pay for school and send something back home. False alarm. But so that's pretty important. That's if they're solving that problem to help these people be able to send money back home, because they did complain like it's expensive, trying to send money back home. And so I don't know if y'all talk to people when y'all, but when I hop on an Uber or a Lyft with somebody, I try to talk to them, make sure they ain't finna drive me no back alley and try to do some dirty stuff.
Actually, her family only can get only a fraction of the amount he's actually transferring, and we all together are trying to solve this problem. Whole society gets benefited by this application. That's what I hope to see in future in 5 years. And of course, great success for us and great learning experience for all of us in the team. And we want to make a successful story here. That's what.
Okay, so that to me, I like this coin, right? So if you ain't figured it out already, I like this coin. I wanted to give you a brief sort of. I did a little more digging than that, but this is what I view as what you should. This should be the very minimum stuff you're doing if you're thinking about buying a coin. You should know at least this kind of stuff about it, so you know what you're investing in. If you're investing strictly because you saw somebody on YouTube and was like, it's gonna go to the moon tomorrow, it's going, you know what I mean? Like, that's all over YouTube. I promise you, that's all over YouTube. Don't force yourself to invest that way. That's just not smart. Again, not financial advice, just my opinion. Do your own research before you jump into something just because somebody said it was a good coin, and said it was going to moon tomorrow. That's the thing. Once you get in, everybody's like, it's gonna moon tomorrow. It's gonna moon tomorrow. Like, just be careful with that stuff, y'all. So yeah, I like it, man. Let's do a little demo here. All right, y'all. So yeah, we're doing the phone first. So I've already got my Coinbase account set up. It's already been verified. My verification is set up through the Google Authenticator. Yours might be set up through text message. Not sure if you have two-factor set up yet, if they've made that an official requirement. Make your own decision there. So here's the Stellar Lumens that we want to purchase. We're going to go to trade. We're going to do buy with cash. So my buy with cash pulls from my bank card, is the way that mine is set up. You can also link your full account directly to Coinbase, your bank account, if you prefer to do it that way rather than use your bank card. That's just what I do, but I believe you have to have your account verified to do that. It gives you a limit, so we want to purchase $25 worth. We're splitting the payments, right? So because we're doing Coinbase is taking $1.50 out of that. That's some Coinbase fees for you. Alright, view account. So it says that I now, let's see. So yeah, so now I have my Stellar, my XLM. So now I want to send it. I'll go Stellar. Hit the wallet. Hit the arrow. And after hitting the arrow, let's see, I want to send all of it. Now I need to get the address where I'm going to send it to. So I'm going to open up my actual Coinbase wallet that I downloaded. Remember from the image at the beginning of the video. So you can do hold it. If you got an Android, you can hold it and copy it, and then otherwise it's got the button at the bottom. Not sure what your preference is. It probably works very similar on the iPhone. So now I got my address. Let's see. It doesn't say. Let's see. Username gives me an option. So as of right now, it does not look like this requires a memo. If the wallet you're using requires a memo, it'll usually have the coin's address as well as a memo next to it. This one does not have a memo. It just has a minimum balance warning, which says you have to have at least one. So once you start using it, when you send your XLM here, no matter what, we're keeping at least one. That's what they're saying. And that's the cost of doing transactions. So again, just to back out for you, I want to open the Coinbase wallet. We went to receive. We chose XLM. We got our minimum balance warning. Copy the address. And now we're going back to Coinbase. I'm going to paste in that address that I just copied. Notice it says I can add a note. It's very similar to like doing a transaction with your bank. Like, hey, do you want to give yourself a reminder from this? Excellent memo. Remember, ours did not have a memo. Preview send. Hey, just a warning, you're sending without a memo. If there are a lot of wallets to where if you send to them and you don't have a memo, your value will just get dumped into their basic receiving wallet for that coin, and you may have to contact the exchange to get your coin, and if it's a dirty exchange, you might never see your coin again. So make sure you pay attention when you clicking these buttons, man. It's your money. So we're gonna skip the memo there. Yep, sending all of it to that wallet. We're gonna say send now. So mine requires two-step verification. Go to my Google Authenticator. I'm gonna copy. Go back to Coinbase. I'm gonna give them that. I'm gonna submit. Boom. So successfully sent. So we'll say done. So now, if I go to my XLM wallet, try to refresh it here. Say got it. Still giving us the minimum balance warning. Look, we know. What did that say? Transaction may take a few minutes to complete, so we'll give it a second. Boom. Now we got $23 worth of. Oh Lord, I got $23. So we got $23 invested. Notice the balance is in our Stellar wallet. Now we get the options to send, receive, do more, buy or transfer from Coinbase, transfer from elsewhere. So you can send more stuff here. If you go to send, you know, you can even see what's the max. So remember, they said they keep in one. So what's the max I can send? Next, so yeah, you can select the recipient. Like, you can send crypto to friends, y'all. Like I said, this is happening, man. This stuff is it's a big deal. So that's it for the phone. I got my dollars there. So now we're gonna do an example on the computer. All right, now we back up on the computer. And I apologize, y'all. I know this video is getting a little lengthy, but it's this one I feel is it's covering the very important basics, so you can know how to take care of yourself out here. So now we want to sent. So you see our account is syncs, so it's already showing on the website that it's not there no more. He's looking for XLM. Try to get a little bit more of this in the screen for you. See what I'm doing. There we go. A little bit better. So buy. Same deal. I want to buy Stellar Lumens. How much do I want to buy? I want to buy $25 worth. So a total of a $50 investment tonight. And the thing about researching is once you research it and you put in time into it, it now becomes an investment. It's no longer a gamble, right? That's what you should feel like you're doing. You should feel like you're investing. You shouldn't feel like you're gambling. If you feel like you're gambling, you're probably investing for the wrong reasons. You can see we just bought that. You can send your XLM immediately. So that's the good thing about Coinbase is the immediate access. What in the world is going on here? I got it. I got it, man. I got it. What else you trying to tell me? So what it was actually trying to tell me, y'all, is that I bought twice. So I had to like sell some of it back so I could get the money sent back to my bank account. But anyway, so here we are, and we need to now send this to the wallet. Remember, again, we have no memo. Send all. Skip the memo ID. Send now. Verification code. your send failed. It's basically saying my address is invalid. So Coinbase website fails a lot of times, y'all, when trying to manually enter addresses. It just does. But the good news is, like we said before, it's synced. So what we should be able to do is actually just go to the Coinbase app. It should still list the same amount of our coin in there, and then we should be able to send it. And then once we do all that on the app, we should be able to come to this website, refresh it, and see that it reflects that. It does. It actually says we have the 64 XLM. So now we're gonna receive. Man, sorry if y'all hear a little dude in the background. He probably gonna wake up and start tripping. We vamping tonight, y'all. I'm late night making this vid, so you feel me? So now, hit me with the two-step again for the phone. Done. It says done, transaction successful. So now if we refresh here, it should be gone. Boom, it's not there. So let's check our wallet, make sure it's there. Boom. So we got our the total value of XLM we did. Obviously we lost a little bit because of fees, and then I did some funky stuff, but that's pretty much the same amount. So yeah, it should be good. We've done our investing for the night. If you got any other questions about just the basics, leave them in the comment section below. Let's get talking, let's get going if you got questions. Otherwise, my goal is to every video is not going to be at such a slow pace as we move forward. I'm going to assume that you kind of paid attention to some of the last things so that you know how to invest going forward. Going forward, we want to be looking at coins and news and things of that nature, but we got to make sure we want to bring everybody along with us, right? We want to make sure folks know how to invest first before we get to, digging into all the fun stuff. Once everybody knows how, then it's fun because everybody know how to play, right? Just like playing a game. If you're trying to play a board game and you're beating everybody, it's not really that fun if they don't know how to play. Once you show them how to play and then you beat them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how it goes, man. Y'all let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Again, apologies, this video got a little bit lengthy, but some good stuff in here. I think this is what you need if you want to be involved in this space at the very minimum. So obviously a lot more to learn out there. A lot of other channels to learn into. I'll throw some of those channels out there in the next video I'll mention. Let y'all know who I watch. Actually, what I'll probably do is I won't even do that. I'll just subscribe to them under this channel. If you're interested in who I watch in crypto, I'll just limit the subscriptions that I follow on this channel to folks who are in crypto, who I happen to think know what they're talking about. So again, y'all, thanks for stopping through. I hope you got something out of this video. If you got any other questions, leave them in the comments. Let's talk, y'all. Peace.